what I was talking to you about, Lou, is Simon, God bless him, Simon Danjuk, he has come out saying that children were raped in Westminster.
Yep.
That makes it a crime scene.
Exactly.
Do not mess with the crime scene. Never mind about doing it up. Let's get forensic in there first. There are also victims that can describe rooms. Let's not do it up. That's the big thing at the moment. And they want to do the same to Buckingham Palace, where many victims have reported being taken to parties and members of the royal family being there. It's getting very close now.
So basically,
we
Bill,
cannot allow them to do that to those two buildings unless we have had forensic and until this child abuse inquiry is over, Lou.
So the refurb, first of all, with the refurb, they're going to go in and they're going to clean it out, aren't they? They're going to clean it out, get rid of any evidence, DNA, etc.
And that will be jet sprays, etc., etc. So that, like, we've got a member of Parliament now who has deemed this a crime scene, i.e. Simon Danzik. Let us get it investigated, because there will be DNA. It's like the Boston Strangler in America. I think they went back to DNA that was 50 years old. And it helped with the case. DNA can hang around for a long time. So that's why we believe they're doing it up.
So who drops you off at school in the morning?
My mum.
So you get dropped off at school?
Yes.
When you get dropped off at school, what do you do then?
So then they check if the coast is clear, if my mum's not there or anything around the area.
Okay.
So they go, Mr. Morris, the caretaker, he goes around the school areas and checks if my mum is there or anything, like if the coast is clear.
Right.
And after they call my dad and say that everything's alright, my mum is not there, it's all clear.
How do you know that?
Because they got the number of my dad.
And how do you know that?
Because I heard them talking to my dad. And it was exactly my own dad's voice. Exactly.
So where were you when you heard this caretaker speaking to you?
Staff room.
Why were you in the staff room?
Because that's where they do sex to me. There.
So you've got to school. Right,
yes.
You've got to school. How did you get to school?
So we just go and buy a car though.
So you go by car with your mum.
Yes.
Get to the school.
Yes.
So you get out of the car.
Yes.
And where do you go first of all?
So this is where we park, and there's this little path. You go upstairs, and then there's a little path, and then here's our school.
Yeah.
So then you just walk in, but that's where the infants are. But you have to go further along, and that's where the junior, because I'm in junior. So then when you go in the junior, there's downstairs, and then there's a big playground, and then there's this office and the whole school there.
So you go into the school in the infants part,
yes.
and you walk round to the primary.
Yes. But that's where the infants are. But you have to go further along.
So you go into the school in the infants part,
yes.
and you walk round to the primary.
Yes.
So you go into the school in the infants part,
yes.
and you walk round to the primary.
Yes, so then at the front, when you just come in the room, there's an office just at the front. There's a door going in the hallway where we do assembly.
Yeah.
And on the left, you go in, and there's the headmistress office there.
Okay.
And then the staff toilet, and it's just this like where the teachers go and do the typing and work.
Yeah.
And there's upstairs there's year 4 and year 5.
Yeah.
And after, just like I'm in year 4, so in year 4 there's just there, and then year 5 is there on that side,
Okay.
and the staff room is just at the front of us.
Okay.
So just walk in the staff room, and then there's this this kitchen, and then there's a sofa, and that's where we do sex.
So why do you go in there first of all? Why don't you just go to class?
Like we'd go to class sometimes too. Yes.
Right. So
We go to class sometimes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So you go to class.
Yes.
Okay. And then what happens when you get
And
to
then
class?
they got this in my classroom. They got this little door at the back, right at the back
Yeah.
of the classroom. They got a little door, and it's just like a tiny little room. It's all stuffed with sweets, prizes, especially to pay the children with sweets to do sex to them.